Hey, Cameron here. Welcome back to the Busy Gardener channel. Today we're going to look at how to quickly get the arils out of a pomegranate. Fast and efficient. Let's get busy. So when you get a pomegranate or a bunch of pomegranates, really one of the first questions is how do you even eat it? I've got another video where it shows how to open a pomegranate, where my dad, the expert, opens them up. But I'm doing something different. What do you do when you've got that many pomegranates and you're wanting to do something with them? There's a much more efficient way to open them than to slowly peel them apart and pick them piece by piece. I actually really like when I'm eating them fresh to do it that long form way, because then it's really cathartic almost, where I'm sitting there and pulling off each aril, trying to not get myself juiced up, and it ends up being pretty relaxing. But what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to make a pomegranate jelly, and so in order to do that, I need a bunch of juice. And to get a bunch of juice, I need to get all of these arils out really, really quickly. The other method would take me literally hours of time to do, and this method is only going to take, well, maybe 20, 30 minutes to process all of these pomegranates. This is what we're going for. Arils in there. There are some of the extras that are going to end up for the chickens. Let's take a look at how that gets done. What you're going to need in order to process these pomegranates are these two things: a sharp kitchen knife and a wooden spoon. You are going to show these pomegranates who's boss. So the first step is taking pomegranates, looking and making sure when you're picking your pomegranates, you want them to be ripe. A lot of times that means that this crown is closed. You don't have any sort of red blush. Did I show you the crown being closed? You're not going to have any sort of green on here. It's going to be fully colored. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to, perpendicular to the crown, you're going to take and cut right down the middle. You're going to do a quick visual inspection to make sure you don't have any sort of rot stuff in there. And then what you're going to do is, I'm using this 5-gallon bucket to do this. This is when you take your wooden spoon and get it ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of peel this back. I want to open this up a little bit. That's going to allow the arils to be ready to come out. And then what you do is with a wooden spoon, you just start with the back of it. You start hitting it. Maybe you can see those arils falling out of there. So as I flip it over, you see we're making some progress. So then you open it up a little bit more. And so you kind of work your way around it. So I can tell that there's some arils on the sides. And so we're making some more progress. I'll open it up a little bit more. Wherever you see these arils is where you want to start hitting. You want to start kind of working your way around the edges here. That'll hopefully knock some more out of there. Look at this. Look how many are getting knocked out. I'm going a little bit more slowly as I'm describing it. It's a little bit more efficient when you're not talking through it. So a couple reasons why I'm using a food grade 5-gallon bucket to do this is because I really don't want all that stuff to be splashing out of here. All right, so as you see, we've gotten most of all of them out of here now. Now there are a few little arils where if I really, really want to be particular, I can knock them out of there and they'll fall right out. But I'm throwing this in the bucket that I'm using, and I'm going to give these to the chickens, let them pick out the last couple of arils. You look at that, this thing just starts filling up, and so you just repeat with the other half. You take this, you break it open a little bit, you take it and you start hitting the back of it. Once again, you see that repeated. Look at all these arils. Really efficient, really great. Once you do that, you're going to notice that you've got a mixture of fresh arils in there. You've got a mixture of juice kind of splattered around because some of the arils get broken in that process. And then you may notice that it's got some of the pith, this stuff here. Something that we're going to do next, I'm not going to show this because this is really the last step to do before I go and process these, is you can fill this with water about, so that way you've got maybe about 4 or 5 inches of water on top of the arils, and the arils are going to stay at the bottom and the pith floats on the top. And so that makes it really easy to separate out the pith from the arils, and what you should be left with are some beautiful arils that you can use to either put on top of a salad or to just eat on your own. If you're wanting a really efficient way to do this, if you don't like doing the picking thing, you saw that we got really a whole pomegranate done in what, a minute and a half perhaps? So then what we're gonna do is For me, to get the juice out, there's a way to do it where I lightly blend it, which essentially crushes up all the arils. I put a little bit of water in there as well. To do that, I put it into a nut milk bag to strain it out, and that way the seeds and the pulp get left, but that beautiful juice comes through. It's really clear. And then I'm going to take and boil it and make my pomegranate jelly. So this is a really fast and efficient method to getting this done. Already just like 6 pomegranates in, I've got probably a solid pound of pomegranate arils. So hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, would you take a minute, if you think this channel is cool, subscribe to it, like it. This is really, YouTube is such a valuable resource for me and has been in my gardening journey and my horticulture journey. And I hope that this is helping you in your journey with that. So until next time, stay busy.